Have you ever heard someone call your name when you knew, absolutely knew, you were alone? No wind, no echo, just a voice that sounded familiar, coming from somewhere it shouldn't exist. What if I told you that voice followed us through a mountain valley for hours, and the closer we tried to get to it, the farther from home we became? I was hunting elk with two friends in late October. Cold air, frost on the grass, rifles slung over our shoulders and breath drifting in pale clouds. The trailhead was empty when we parked. No other vehicles, no hikers, just miles of forest and a long valley cutting between black ridges on either side. We planned to camp for 2 nights. Nothing extreme. By noon, we were deep enough that the road noise was gone. No planes overhead, no distant engines, just wind pushing through tall grass and the soft crunch of boots. The valley floor dipped and rose in slow waves, scattered with boulders and deadfall. Pine trees clung to the slopes like silhouettes painted against the sky. That was when I heard it. My name, clear, calm, drawn out just enough to make me stop walking. It came from across the valley, far up the opposite slope. I turned, expecting to see one of my friends waving, but both of them were right behind me, staring at the same empty hillside. Did you hear that? Neither answered right away. One of them nodded slowly, the other whispered my name, the way the voice had said it. Same tone, same pacing. We stood there listening. Wind through grass, nothing else. We convinced ourselves it was an echo, someone else hunting, maybe a hiker miles away. Sound carries weird in open spaces. That's what we told ourselves as we kept moving downhill. But 10 minutes later, the voice came again. This time it said my friend's name. Perfectly. He froze mid-step, slowly turned in a circle. The voice had come from behind us, from the ridge we'd already crossed. I scanned the tree line through my scope. Nothing moved. No birds, no deer, no people, just shadow and rock. We didn't talk much after that. We changed direction, angling toward thicker trees where sound wouldn't travel so far. The valley narrowed ahead, funneling into a steep ravine. That's when it called again. All 3 of us flinched. My name first, then the second guy's, then the third, one after another, like something reading a list. The voices weren't loud, they didn't need to be. They carried in a way that made distance meaningless, too clean, too controlled, not shouted, not echoed, just spoken calmly from far away. My friend raised his rifle without realizing it. The barrel drifted toward the slope where the last voice had come from. Another call interrupted him, this time closer, much closer, from the trees below us. We backed up slowly, boots sliding on loose stone, eyes locked on the pines. The branches didn't move, the shadows didn't shift. But something about the silence felt thick, heavy, like the valley was holding its breath. I yelled back. I don't know why, reflex, asked who it was. My voice bounced off the cliffs and faded. The answer came a few seconds later, my own voice, calling my name, not a recording, not distorted, just wrong. Slightly slower than I'd said it, like someone practicing. My stomach twisted so hard I thought I might throw up. We ran, no argument, packs bouncing, rifles banging against ribs. We cut downhill toward the ravine, slipping through scree and brush. Behind us, 3 voices followed, one for each of us, always separated, never overlapping. The ravine swallowed sound, steep walls, twisting creek, moss-covered stone. We hoped that would break whatever trick of acoustics was happening. The voices stopped for a moment. That scared me worse than when they'd been calling. Then something snapped high above us, not a branch falling, something stepping. Gravel slid down the wall. We looked up together and heard our names again, right above our heads. We didn't see anything, just trees clinging to the rim, but the voices moved as we moved, tracking us, predicting where we'd stop. My radio crackled. I hadn't turned it on. Static poured out. And underneath it, whispering, not words, just breath and syllables trying to become voices. We broke into the trees, climbing the far slope in a blind scramble. Branches tore at my jacket, my lungs burned. Somewhere behind us, something laughed, softly, in my friend's voice. We didn't stop until sunset bled across the ridge, orange light slicing through trunks. The valley stretched below us, quiet again, too quiet. That night we didn't build a fire, didn't talk above whispers. We heard footsteps outside camp long after dark, slow circles in the leaves, no shapes, just sound. Sometime after midnight, someone outside camp said my name right next to my tent. I didn't answer, none of us did, because all three of us were inside our tents, holding our breath. In the morning, we hiked straight out. No detours, no hunting. Rangers later told us nobody else had permits in that drainage. No hikers, no survey crews, no one. But sometimes, when the wind hits the right way, I swear I hear it again, my name coming from far away, across open ground. So if you ever hunt in the mountains, and you hear someone calling you from somewhere you can't see, don't answer, don't wave, and don't go toward it, because whatever followed us through that valley didn't need bodies to hunt. It already had our voices.